Okay, tonight's going to be a little different. All right, it really, really, truly is. Let's see if we can adjust this a little bit. Um, it's not going to be the usual kind of show that I do. Tonight's more of a tribute, and I don't know how long it's going to go, but there's some things I want to say, some things I want to talk about, and we're going to move forward from there. As you guys know, we lost somebody from the professional wrestling world last week, and it was hard. It was very, very hard. Windham Rotunda, better known as Bray Wyatt or the Fiend, passed away due to a heart condition. Yeah, so earlier today on my Instagram, I put up a picture of me with a wig, the dreadlock wig. Yeah, I hate wearing that thing, so sorry, I'm not doing it. And the shirt is kind of giving a Bray Wyatt twinge to it. All right. Something arrived earlier today. So I've got one forever now. We're going to go through the roll call and we're going to talk about some stuff. All right. So bear with me real quick. And we're going to get this thing started. Curry 6, my brother, how are you? Chris, man, your bird's running away with it. Running away with it. What up, JP? Bob Ross, how you doing, man? Tyson. Yeah, well, I was beginning to wonder if you were, alive out there, bro. I'm glad to see your post on Facebook. I was going to reach out here really, really soon. TV, what's going on, bro? Triple B in the house. All right, what do we got? Haven't trimmed it in years. I'm just using some different products. And we're going to leave it like that. Okay. So, I understand professional wrestling is fake. I guess I got my real dose of it was fake, like I've talked about before with Beer Times with Scott. Way back when, during a WrestleMania, when you had Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor. That's when that little switch moment happened. But there's this magic with professional wrestling that when you click with a character, and I'm talking you really identify, and I'll be honest, my first one was Bret Hart. Really was. I like the Hart Foundation. I liked everything going on. I like the history with Bret, how he carried himself. Second one I clicked with was Stone Cold, and I'll admit I hated him with a passion at first. I really, really did. Because you were supposed to. That's how they set it all up with the storylines and everything. You were supposed to hate him. But the one that took me completely by shock was Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. They can take something as innocent as that. An old camp lantern. Just an old camp lantern. And start that promo with, "We're here!" Blow out the lantern. And then just coming down to the ring, holding it out, and the lights are down. The WWE doesn't turn off the lights for anybody. I think the first one they did it for was The Undertaker. And then I believe it was Trinity after that, when she did the whole big glow up kind of thing. Vato, mi amigo. And then the Wyatt family. It gave it that specter, spooky, ghosty kind of thing. But I had my first real concern with him. If you remember way back when Cape Fear was huge, yes, I'm dating myself with that movie, Robert De Niro movie. They had, I believe his name was Dan Spivey, played a character called Waylon Mercy. And it was a ripoff of Cape Fear. I really, truly thought they were going to do that to Bray Wyatt in the beginning. The speech patterns, the way he dressed, the everything was really, really similar. But man, hey, Notable Beard Co., how you doing? But man, what they were able to do with him and just how they let him speak and how he developed his character. He wasn't no longer part of, the Nexus 2.0. He got to go be Bray and do things. And that first promo he cut in NXT when he's coming out, he's like, "You may not know who I am, but you will really, really soon." Sting, I can see easily. I mean, he was like the face of WCW with Ric Flair and some other people. Kane was cool, the Undertaker's brother, and Goldberg. Yeah, I can see it. The way they built him up and did things with him, I can see it. His passing hurt because I get he had an illness and he was out for a while. Okay, I remember watching SummerSlam with the Pitch Black match with LA Knight. And then Bray was gone. I'm like, God, don't tell me he got fired again. Because I can remember being so excited when I read the news he's coming back. And I remember being so pissed off at that first pay-per-view where he re-signed. I'm like, where the fuck is he? Come on. And then, of course, by the time I left the room because I was mad, that's when they had the door and Bray coming through with, the lantern. Oh, I was pissed. But I'm glad he was back. And then he's just gone. After that match, gone. I'm like, come on, don't tell me they fired him again. And then to hear he was ill and he was getting ready to be cleared for in-ring return. And if I'm reading everything right, he passed away in his sleep from a heart attack. Taken way, way, way too soon. Dude, Terry Funk was still wild into his 80s. Seriously, Mike. Terry was just, yeah. The only thing I never liked about Terry Funk was Chainsaw Charlie. When they brought him back to team up with Mick Foley, I didn't like that. Just let him be the Funker. And I said it recently with Terry passing. Is he trading chair shots with the Dream in heaven? St. Peter having to separate them at the pearly gates? Wrestling can grip you. Wrestling can pull you in. It can be, oh God, how can I put it? It can be an uplifting thing for you, especially if you see a live event and you're there. Dude, that Crow thing when he came out of the ceiling, I think saved his career. I really did. Because no offense, the Surfer Boy was getting really stale. Really, really stale. But still, that Crow thing is just incredible. What they were able to do with the Wyatt family, I've never seen the WWE do with anybody else. The energy, just see, for me, and I know this is going to sound so bad, I hated him because of the biggest push he got right out of the gate. It was like, wow, you have 2 matches and now you're the Intercontinental Champion. I didn't like him for a while, and then he grew on me. I will freely admit it. He grew on me. See, and what I think is cool is what they're doing for wrestlers now to try to extend their careers and their health and their legacy and everything. It's really enjoyable to me to be able to sit there and watch a pay-per-view with my family and watch my girls just lose their minds, over the female wrestlers, which that long ago, they weren't really a part of anything, even though they were busting their ass everywhere, and watching how everything has grown and the promos and just everything. Oh, dude, Umaga was interesting. Really, really interesting. Whoever came up with that character, that character is just a freaking genius. Sweet, my brother. But I mean, it was hard when I caught wind of his death. I broke down and fucking ugly cried. I really did. Because, and I'm glad they talked about it. All he wanted to do was leave a legacy for his kids. It's not like he's like, I got to earn $1 million. Oh, I got to earn this. Oh, I have to have that. He wanted to leave a legacy for his kids. And if, God, how can I pull this? How can I put this? If what I'm hearing about Roman Reigns is correct, Roman just got a lot of respect for me. He took the blue belt, the Universal, I think it was called, and he gave it to Bray's family because he was the first to wear the blue belt. And as Roman put it, it should be with you. It's now retired. And he did it quietly. Yeah. I caught what you were doing. I just thought I'd have a little fun at your expense, my brother. Dude. I can see it. Spot on, Chris. Seriously. Oh. Thank you for being in here, True North. Seriously. What up, G? We're talking about Bray Wyatt and wrestling tonight. That I will say this. They had a great tribute show to him on Monday Night Raw. It was really, really touching, and it was hard to watch a lot of it, you know? I like the tribute that they ran for him, and there's a line in there. And it really, really struck home with me. And I was talking about it with Jersey Joe earlier today on the phone. Bray said point blank, I am the color red in a world full of black and white. And that just grabbed in there. It's like too many people want to be just background, skate through safely, skate through normally, you know, that kind of thing. Stand out and be yourself and be an original, you know? And the other thing about Bray that's really striking me, I spent about a good 6 days trying to find dirt. It's all too common nowadays. If you're an idiot, people will post your business everywhere so they can drag you down. I can't find any of that about Bray. And in the wrestling world, let one thing happen and all the dirt sheets have it. All the internet guys have to talk about it, you know? Oh, and that's the one huge thing for me, Chris. How he was able to develop the Fiend, how he was able to bring Uncle Howdy, what he did for Alexa Bliss. I mean, flipping through older matches. I was watching this earlier today, watching John Cena help put him over when he had the creepy kids choir singing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, and the look of absolute fear on John Cena's face and how he sold the shit out of that promo, which led, of course, to the cage match with the Wyatt family and John Cena. And, you know, the kid, when he's going down to the ring, decked out in John Cena gear, that ends up being a really creepy voice singing the song that lets Bray score the pin. Yeah. You know, and that's one thing I thought about The Rock Mike. His mic skills were unparalleled. Very, very unparalleled. I don't think anybody could really match him with mic work. Just his catchphrases and everything else. You know, like turn that sumbitch sideways, shine it up real nice. Or the whole pancake your ass and that kind of thing. I mean, just reading all of it. And the biggest takeaway that I'm having with this, we need to normalize being nicer. I know that's going to sound weird, okay? We are all too quick when someone's a dickhead to go call them out and go jump on a bandwagon and make flame videos or do whatever. God, I've done them. At the time, I thought they were right, but now looking back on them, no, they're not. When's the last time you really heard somebody suffer? You know, like I said this with Jersey Joe earlier today. When's the last time, you know, you heard that Jersey Joe's having a really, really hard time and lots of people go rallying to him? You don't see that. But if you see somebody being a moron, everybody wants the drama. Everybody wants the tea. Everybody wants this, right? We need to normalize being better. Mahalo? Would that be right? Or aloha? Whatever. What up, Ken? How you doing, brother? Hopefully you're doing okay out there. And it's weird how God, how can I put it? It almost seems like no one cares about you till you die. And even then, everyone wants to run up and go, oh my God, look, he was such a great person. He was such a wonderful thing. But we need to normalize saying that during your life. I've said before to, like G. Lou, he's out there. I'm going to single him out. I didn't appreciate a lot of what he said to me, but at least he took the time to say it. I knew he cared about it. I may not have heard him at that point, but I may have listened down the road. There's other people, like my relationship with Jersey Joe. It was founded on shenanigans. And we have said some of the meanest shit to each other. We've laughed our asses off. You need to be able to normalize things like that. Take something away from this. What up, Rush Young? Because, I mean, oh, God, how can I put it? Here we go. I agree with this 100%. You need a sense of community for people to surround you with good vibes. You really do. I also agree heavily with that. Your vibe attracts your tribe, because I've noticed that when I was at low points in my life, I seem to really attract idiots. When I start making a lot more progress and start doing things a lot better, I seem to attract better people around me. And that's really what I want. I mean, it's weird to think of my kids as my posse, but I'm okay with that recently. I agree. People love to clip and snip the bad parts of your life so they can push a certain narrative. I get it. Oh, I get that. Yeah, I'm worried about all these pug pictures you've been posting, but still, G, you're okay. Do you, G? Do you? I don't know. It just, his death hit me on a lot of different levels. And I just wanted to take tonight and go, God, how can I put it? Be better. Raise your game, It's really weird to think, and this is one of the things I love and I hate about Facebook memories. When I was around the monkey when he was younger, and I'm reading some of the stuff and the problems and everything else, I could read hatred now. And I look back and I'm angry at myself for those times that I could have lost. Like the boy went to freshman orientation, I got a son who's a freshman. That's just wow. You know what's really funny? The first time I ever heard bucket crabs was on the George Lopez show. Seriously, he was calling Danny Trejo a bucket crab. That's the first time I'd ever heard that. So I agree with that 100%. Hey, I just try to leave you alone. There's not a lot of people I message anymore, my brother. So please don't take that one personal from me. Yeah. Well, I'd say that's Hollywood. So I'm not even going to touch that one, but still. But I don't know. Take some time like I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to go spend a little bit of time with my kids because all three of them start school tomorrow. They're all really, really excited for it, They're very, very excited for school. Lady L, how you doing? And just, I don't know, surround yourself with love. Surround yourself with compassion. Surround yourself with people who want to see better in you. Some of the hardest conversations I've had to have with people have been them telling me how I'm fucking something up that I can't see and how I need to do some change, I don't get everything right, but I get more right than I do wrong nowadays, And I agree with that 100%. Isn't it funny how nobody has time for you when you're alive and you're suffering or you have problems, but yet you're dead and they're like, I wish you would have reached out. I wish you would have done this. I wish that. But yeah, they are. And by the way, if anybody saw that step parent vlog, I am not sending the boy to school tomorrow with hot pink Crocs. I'm not that cruel. Plus the fact I couldn't get some here on time anyway. I'm really surprised the Uncle Howdy mask arrived. I really am. And if I could have figured out a better way to wear it, I probably would have started the show with it. I had a great idea for the show, but I just couldn't pull it off backstage. So, yeah. So I'm sorry, but you get the Bray Wyatt shirt. And yeah. But guys, on that one, sorry, I wanted to keep this a little short, little simple. You can change a lot of stuff, you know? And I love that line from Death to Smoochie. You can't change the world, but you goddamn sure can change your corner of it. No. No. I put on a pair once because everyone's like, oh my God, they're so comfortable. No. And Big Head, if you watch this to this point, no Crocs, no. Change is hard, change is difficult, especially when you don't want to do it. It's very difficult. But you've always got to change for the better. Because I can't stand people who go, why am I still in this situation? Because you don't want to change and move forward. You don't want to do the things that you need to do to move forward. It's that simple. You know, I know I'm not easy to live with, and my better half isn't, you know, the Queen of Scots or whatever, but we make stuff work. My kids have good days, they have bad days. I have good days, I have bad days. There's days when I get out of bed being, you know, as ancient as I am, I'm like, don't want to do this no more. Nope, I'm just going to lay here today. Screw you. You kids go feed yourself, leave daddy alone. But I can't. You got to get up. You got to move forward. And I think that's one of the huge things that I'm really, really taking away from this celebrity death. Normally, I don't care about them, but this one I do because of that connection and that love and everything else. Is be that color red, you know? Be that color red. See, thank you, Mike. And that's something I'm trying really, really hard. I make sure when I do something wrong with my kids, I apologize. I sit down and I talk about it and we go over everything, you know? I want my kids to be accountable for their actions because they know that if they come to me when something's wrong, it's going to go a lot easier if I have to find out about it. Because if I have to find out about it, then I look dumb. Now I got to make you look dumb. But it's that taking that accountability. And I got the weirdest compliment from a neighbor the other day. I'm teaching the monkey to do things that I never learned how to do. Like, seriously, I never knew how to do laundry until I joined the military. Never knew. So I'm teaching Monkey how to do a budget, teaching Monkey how to pay bills, teaching Monkey how to do grocery shopping, you know? He comes in the store with me every week now. We just go over the list and everything else. It's funny because sometimes being at Walmart, I'm like, I need to get out of here. If I have to walk down one more aisle, I'm going to stab somebody. And it seems like he's picking up on that too because he's like, how many more items are on the list? Because I really just want to get out of here, you know? But I usually throw out challenges, and I'm going to keep this one really, really short tonight. All right. Here's the only challenge I got for you. Tell people how you feel. Tell them you love them. Tell them you're proud of them. Tell them you're sorry. Go have that rough conversation with your better half that you don't want to have, and listen. One of the things I love about my kids, they know they can come to me and talk to me about anything. And I'll listen, and we'll have a conversation about it. But still, on that note, guys, when Bray left, he did have the whole wide world in his hands. Go out and be that color red. Stay safe, stay amazing. I'll see all of you in our very next video.